Alrighty, guys, it is 3:30 this Thursday, September 11th, and time to wrap it up for today. So we are looking at the market, which is absolutely on fire, heading higher. So we had the CPI number come out this morning, and the reaction was uh, initially a little bit to the downside, but turned around pretty quick, and then it was pretty much a non-event. Labor market is looking weak. CPI wasn't a hot print by any means, and we were the asset heading higher. So we have started off to the upside. We have been trading higher ever since. It's going to start this on the long side of the market. We are in price discovery territory to the upside. So I took one trade that was early on after this first run, heading up to the 75. So it's up here, and I figured that they had a shot at pulling back a little bit more, so I took a short and then I scratched it pretty quick when it wasn't developing. Did not engage alongside it. I did take a couple of other trades on the Nasdaq though, but did not have any further trades on the ES. But they've been net to the upside. After the London close, they kind of stopped, ran out of gas, and been going sideways ever since. And now we'll see if they, it looks like the end period will pop here. Let's see if they can make a go out of it the last half hour. So, but starting this on the long side of the market, looking to buy weakness. At this point against the 65.85, 80 to 85. It's going to be one edge down here at 65.70. And that's pretty much it right now. So probably down one edge down here at the 65.60s. But looking to buy weakness for rotations back up. That's kind of how we are on the that's how we are on the starting off on the ES. Now, the news going into tomorrow, the only thing we have going on is at 10 o'clock in this consumer sentiment. Not sure that's going to do a whole lot, but that would be Friday, September 12th. Now, remember, we are rolling after Friday, not today, but after Friday. We're going to be rolling to the December contracts and the indices. We'll be highlighting that and explaining it and doing something about that tomorrow as well. So that's the ES to get started. So one trade, $5 on that guy. Looking at the NASDAQ and the bonds. So bond market is right now to the upside. It didn't move out of the middle to the upside. Looks like it's holding. We're up here to the 118s, going sideways right now, holding the mean. So I'm going to start off range bound into the bias to the upside and see how far it can take it. Definitely looks like the bond market, if you can look at capital flow, is ready to bust through this tractor area and start trading higher. So if yield comes down on the bond market, that would be a good sign for stocks. At least this is mid cap and small caps. No trades on it. I tried a short trade up here. I was working this for a while and I canceled it. It popped a little bit higher, 3 ticks higher, and then it reversed. And I wasn't part of it at that point. So that's kind of why I left it. I figured that when I'm holding that level for 4 bars, if I get filled, it's probably going to try to take it higher. So that's why I canceled it. But I did not pay attention to it after that. That was kind of my mistake. On the NASDAQ, though, I had a couple of trades on the NASDAQ, and I was show you those. One was over here early on when they run up and retested the initial balance first time, and a little quick scalp, $30, and another one here toward the end when the reverse retested the initial balance, a small long trade for another $30. The two trades up about 60 on that. Nasdaq hasn't quite cleared that 24,040 level yet. They're stalling at it, and if they can do that, I think we are off to the races. So that would be Nasdaq in price discovery territory. But right now they're up against that upper area of resistance. And it could be a nice short trade here if it's going to fail. But the fact that the ES is making new highs leads me to believe that to lean towards the long side to see if they can take out the highs here and extend to the upside. So, but Nasdaq is not quite there yet. Definitely looks like they're going to try. So, but I would start by look to buy weakness against it, the 990s and the 950s. Rotations back up. If the trade below the 950s, taking off that long bias and going back range bound. Not going to be super aggressive. I mean, Nasdaq may have a short trade here to pay attention to. Read this faded trade, but other than that, I'm not going to be super aggressive on the short side by any means. Looking at the oil and gold, finally, oil gold is back to the tractor area. So they were down here testing support in the overnight. Looks to me like they had a shot at taking this lower, but they reversed it back, and we're just going sideways. So I'm going to start off range bound on gold. Look to sell strength at this point again. It's going to be one edge at 36.80, 85s, 86s, up to the 96s, and then looking to buy weakness. Probably one here at the 70s, at the 60s, 62s, and down here at the 50s again for rotations back up. So that's gold. Range bound trading on that guy. And oil, I almost lean towards the short side. Looks to me like they're trying to take this lower again. And we're back up to value for a bit. They've been kind of weakening throughout the day session. So watching this level, 62.20, 25, if that comes out, I think we can see that retest of the lows at 68.40s. It could be a nice short trade heading right down there. If not, probably going to stay range bound if they hold that support area. So that's how we get started. So right now it's range bound. I would start with a look for early weakness. If they can't take it lower, oops. If they can't take it lower, I would just go back range bound on that guy. All right, so that's oil and gold. Back to the ES. And popping it a little bit. We'll see if they can make a go out of it. So anyway, so that's how we get started in the overnight. You guys have a great evening, and I'll see you back in the morning or Friday. All right, guys, later.